Yes, sir.
Woo, there is no way.
Better say it, man.
I know you got a good word this morning.
Oh, Ricky, I'm like you. I'd ready to take off running myself because
Yes,
there is no other way. I've discovered that life is unfair and the burdens of life can try to break you down. And even right now, someone is listening. Life's burdens are weighing you down. You feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, and that weight is about to break you down. It's wearing you down, and you feel run down. And then you have discovered that life, again, it just ain't fair that you have to deal with all of this. And it's almost as if one moment you seem like you have everything together, and then that's when something else falls apart. Guess what? You can't handle this life on your own. So here's my word for you. When the burdens weigh you down, God shouts from eternity, I got you. I got you. Whenever someone says, I got you, it means they can handle what you can't handle. When someone says, I got you, they're simply saying, you do your part and I'm going to handle the other part. I got you simply means you handle what you can and watch me handle what you can't. And that's what God says to everyone listening right now, that God will give you the opportunity in the midst of life trying to wear you down to call time out. And when you call time out, you can shift the load from your shoulders to God's shoulders, because God has bigger shoulders. And when God's shoulders take over what you can't handle, then God gives you peace in the midst of the pressure. God gives you strength in the midst of the stress. God gives you just what you need when life tries to go negative on you. So here's what you do. Shift the burden from your shoulders to God's shoulders. Call time out and look up to the hills from whence cometh your help, because your help, it comes from the one who made the hills. Your help comes from Almighty God, who is bigger than the hills. God is there for you, and God is saying, I got you. And since God has got you, just remember the words of Jesus, who said, come unto me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, I'll give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. What is he saying? He's saying, take it off of your shoulders and put it on to God's shoulders. And when you put it on to God's shoulders, God again will handle what you can't handle. Listen, I've tried over and over to do it on my own, but I've discovered I can't make it. There is no other way I can make it without God. How you gonna make it without God? Here's the word. You can't make it without God. So give it to God and then watch God say, I got you.
Pastor Haynes. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church, Dallas, Texas. Pastor Haynes, let us know how you could be reached.
Hey, thank you, Rickey Smiley. You can catch me on social media. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at FH Unscripted. I'm on Facebook, Frederick D. Haynes, and my YouTube channel is Frederick Haynes.
Pastor Haynes, we got to do this one more time. Turn it up, Super Dave. Just this part right here. Man, that third key change ain't no joke. Y'all, I'm giving y'all about 2 more minutes, y'all. Here we go. We about to get in trouble, but that's all right. God got us. Fun now, boy.
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, 11 minutes after the hour, y'all. The segment's being brought to you by Protect My Car. That's right. With Protect My Car, you can stop paying for car repairs and get protected before your rent repair bill hits. Dial 800-594-7160 on your mobile phone now. 800-594-7160. Good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone. And what a beautiful Wednesday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcille, here with a quick look at your front page news. So yesterday, President Biden announced that the U.S. will have enough coronavirus vaccine for all American adults by the end of May. Now, that is 2 months earlier than expected, Ricky.
Man, but despite come out with a bath scrub and everything.
A spray, a bed spray.
A Moderna deodorant. They're going to have a Pfizer rubber. They're going to have a... Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Pfizer, the CDC, despite CDC warnings that the pandemic is not over, the governor of Texas announced yesterday that he was ending all coronavirus restrictions and that businesses can 100% reopen and no longer have to wear masks.
He need to go somewhere and sit down.
He trying
He
to.
already is.
Without a mask. He's sitting there without a mask next to a whole lot of people. He can stay right on over there. Now, in other news, 13 of 25 people who were packed inside a 1997 Ford Expedition were killed in a car crash near the Mexico-California border yesterday.
How many people in the car?
How many people?
It was, I was going to say, I don't know if y'all caught the numbers.
Yeah, I heard it on the news.
13 of 25. So 25 people were in the car.
All unpacked in the expedition.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not doing this with you guys. Yes, it was
It was
13
in
of
the sardine style.
I sure
did-
hate it, but why
everybody
they
didn't
put
pass
so
away.
many people in the car? Okay.
I think they were smuggling some of them folks.
They were.
Had to be.
There was
if 13
there
people
was
was
the
in the car.
It was the
No,
California-Mexico
25 people.
border, so
Okay, you
it wasn't
getting-
about seatbelt
Using
allowance.
the third
It
row
was
and the
about-
little part you put the luggage
But
in.
don't the
Ricky.
people have windows? They don't think you can see inside?
We have a congratulations
The
that is
windows
in order.
The tenant.
A congratulations is due to Miss Pamela A. Smith. Now, Smith has become the first black woman to command the U.S. Park Police. That's the oldest federal law enforcement agency in the country, 230 years in the making. And Miss Pamela A. Smith, we salute you. All right, that was a quick look at your front page news.
Hey, hold on,
For more on all those people in the car,
Hey,
log
hold on.
on to.
Hey, you know what? It's too early. You and Brad need to go get yourself together. I don't know what kind of smoke break y'all took before y'all came, but y'all need to stop
I'm having dental surgery. I can't even smoke. I'm just here
right now.
with you.
Talk to your cousin over there.
That price break got me exactly where I need to be this morning.
Well,
Got
somebody
me
else should
feeling real
have listened to
hopeful
it.
and grateful. Right? Did you listen?
Cause now every time she passed by Expedition today, she what we doing next? 'Cause this ain't working out.
Rocky,
Y'all just clock out. Everybody clock out.
Yeah, man. Let's go ahead. James Harden will be returning to Houston to face his former team for the first time since being traded to the Brooklyn Nets. He spent 8 seasons with the Rockets. Even though it was a nasty split up, the Rockets still plan to retire his number 13 jersey one day. And there's a little tension between the Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones and quarterback Dak Prescott. Contract feud between the two is still happening. Plus, Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson's agent has publicly mentioned that the Dallas Cowboys would, that Russell could possibly accept a trade from the Dallas Cowboys if they gave him an offer. And sign that boy, Dak. Let that boy know. Let him
So
know.
Sierra finna be the first lady of the DF Dub.
Hey, man. I mean, I love Russell Wilson, man, but Dak has proven himself, man. That's a whole other conversation.
All the dudes
Right
finna become soft. Everybody finna be in love with somebody. Russell Wilson come to Dallas. Everybody got to be in love. That's gonna be the new thing. Ain't gonna be no more
Right.
cheating. You gonna honor and love your wife, and that's a good thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This
There
thing
it is.
turned around.
Gary, what up, Mike?
All right, y'all. We talking and we get laughing, honey. Let's laugh at this, honey. You know what? Everybody's talking about the new movie, Eddie Murphy's new movie coming to America too. And one of the most exciting parts of the movie is people realizing that his beautiful daughter, Bella, is going to be starring in the movie. Now, she spoke out, and when he and she did an interview yesterday with Ella, and, she was saying that her dad said that you could only get into the business after you turn the age of 18. Well, now Bella is 19, and she has one of the roles in the movie, and people are excited about it. Well, she was asked a question. She said, they said, a lot of famous people come to your dad's house, in and out of your dad's house and stuff. Tell us one of the persons that you really like the most. And I was just sitting there waiting. I just knew she was going to say Rickey Smiley, because he had been in and out of there. But she said, honey, Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm like, oh, well, Ricky, you wasn't too famous going in and out of
Yeah, he didn't
the
come that
Murphy's
weekend.
mansion. Oh,
That was one of the best weekends of my life. We went over there. We had barbecue chicken, collard greens, macaroni and cheese, cornbread, and somebody had baked a cake. And we sat there and ate dinner. It wasn't formal. It's like going over your auntie house. It's like this big mansion. But Eddie Murphy is so nice, and I thank God for him for inviting me into his home. And it was some people from Dallas. We were just sitting around kicking. His mother, his brother Vernon. Very, very, very nice family. Very nice family. I just absolutely one of the best experiences of my whole life.
So Bella didn't see you.
I met the kid.
She named the most famous people and the person that she liked. And she said,
I went there that weekend.
Okay. The color today.
What invited you over their house? Why you trying to know about this?
The color today, y'all, is gambage. On the hand, you say gambage, and on the lawn, just say beautiful mustard yellow. That's your color for today. I ain't been in none of y'all houses, so I guess.
Oh, please, girl. You just stayed at my house. That's what you done did to that little bath. I ain't been in that little bathroom since, Brad. You remember? Brad, you remember?
Brad, what you got coming up in the hot spot?
Ooh, Lord. That screen on his toilet ain't coming up. I tell you that. Not for you, anyway. Anyway, coming up in the hot spot, somebody has contemplated suicide, and you will be surprised at who it is. I'm going to tell you all about it up next in the hot spot, y'all. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot.
And in this hot spot.
Catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, y'all, this segment is being brought to you by My Computer Career. Family, if you don't absolutely love what you do, make sure you go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today and become an information technology professional in as little as 4 months. That's mycomputercareer.edu. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. Dr. Oz, one of our favorite TV doctors, he literally saves lives for real. Now, sources tell TMZ that a man at Newark collapsed near him at baggage claim, Newark Airport, that is, and he was able to clear his airway and give him CPR. Then he used a defibrillator on him. The man had flatlined, but good old Dr. Oz brought him on back. He is reportedly recovering now in the hospital in New Jersey. So kudos to you, Dr. Oz, for saving a life. Moving on, Big Sean has opened up about being suicidal in the past. In an interview on Michael Eric Dyson's Facebook Watch show, One Question, One Mic, the Detroit rapper opened up about struggling with mental health. He said, that was my mentality, taking care of everybody else and trying not to look soft or like a girl. He said, I couldn't get through the day without feeling terrible. He continued and said, I was sure contemplating suicide a lot of times. You know, having guns in my hand and really feeling it for real. Even planning it out to the point where, like, I'm like, hey, if I do kill myself, at least my family will get this amount of money. He said, because I was just stressed out and not happy. I realized that I need to stop everything I'm doing and figure this thing out or I'm a self-destruct. He revealed that he had to shift his priorities and focus on his well-being. He said, I took time off, canceled everything I was doing, sought therapy, connected with God more spiritually, and grounded myself and put myself first as a priority for the first time ever in my life. That is what's up. That's what a lot of us really need to try to do, because we got a lot on our plates and we want to make sure everybody else happy. And oftentimes yourself is who falls by the wayside.
Therapy too. You got to get therapy, man, because you'll put something on if you cut your arm, but we don't ever invest in fixing our brain.
Right. Amen to that. Well, on that note, we're going to wrap up the hot spot, y'all. Coming up next, we got Rock T's HBCU. And why don't y'all hit us up for them wake-up calls at 866-9-RICKY. That's 1-866-9-RICKEY. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour, y'all. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, we got the one and only Dr. MJ Collier on with us this morning. It is 12 minutes before the top of the hour, y'all, with our COVID-19 update. Dr. Collier, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey Smiley, and an update for the day continues to show 516,000 people in the United States have died from the coronavirus, and the virus continues to mutate. Rickey, a new variant from Brazil, is called P1, has been shown and has gained the ability to infect some people who had immunity from previous bouts of the coronavirus. So people that had had it before are being infected with this new variant, the P1 from Brazil. And this suggests that this could weaken the protective effect of a Chinese vaccine, which they're using in Brazil now. That Chinese vaccine was one of the first that was used around the world. But this is showing, this P1 variant, that this is a problem. Also, African Americans and Latinos are shown to be at disadvantages from being vaccinated. Black people and Latinos are dying at a 3 times rate, and they're hospitalized at twice the rate of elderly Caucasians. So we need to get this out into the community, and that's one of the benefits we going to get from the one and done J&J vaccine, because it's going to be more easily transported, and it's going to be more readily available to people in the community once we take it there. So, Rickey, I understand we got lots of calls and questions, so let's
get I'm talking about they ready, too. You on with Dr. Collier? Good morning.
I wanted to know, I'm an MS patient. Does he recommend me getting the COVID-19 shot, and which version?
Okay, MS, is an autoimmune situation that comes and goes in flares. And if you're not currently in a flare, that would be a good time to get it. Most of the injectables that they now use for MS really help control the symptoms and the pathology associated. In MS, we're talking about multiple sclerosis. So multiple sclerosis patients, yes, we recommend that you definitely get the vaccine. And again, as long as you're not in an active flare-up.
See, that's why I be asking you to leave my house when you start using big words and stuff. You went to college too long. All right, you're on with Dr. MJ Collier. Good morning.
I just wanted to know his thoughts on CMOS. I know that the industry has picked up really big on that in the last couple of years. So I wanted to know what he thought about that.
Oh, I do like CMOS, and I actively recommend it, particularly when I'm doing my live segments on Facebook. Ask Dr. MJ. I do recommend CMOS. It's good for boosting your immune system and a variety of other issues that you might have. But my primary recommendation is, and always will be, vitamin D at 5,000 international units per day and zinc at 30 to 50 per day. Those are the two boosters for your immune system that are most effective.
All right, you're on with Dr. MJ Collier. Good morning.
Hi. I had the Moderna vaccine, the first injection. I missed my appointment for the second injection. I'm having a hard time getting the injection anywhere in my area. Is it safe for me to get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine?
Mixing the vaccine doses has not been recommended, although in places where there are no other vaccines available, people are saying get whichever one is available there. But with the first dose of the Moderna, you're at 80-85%, which is about the same that you would get from getting the J&J vaccine. I would wait. It's shown now that you can go up to 6 weeks after your first dose and still safely get the second dose, and it still will give you the boosting response that you want. So find that Moderna vaccine. Just Google, coronavirus vaccinations in my area. Explain the situation that you have had the first dose, and that will probably move you to the front of the line.
Hey, Dr. Collier.
Yes, Rickey Smiley.
Yeah, real quick before we go. Tomorrow, I want you to talk about why your legs go to sleep when you sit on the toilet. A lot of people dealing with that and end up in wheelchairs the next couple of days.
Two things that happened. Your legs
what, Rob?
And it all. He said it happened to him yesterday.
It happened to me yesterday, dog. Boy, I got up, my feet felt like it was all tingly.
And you stand up and you can't feel your feet.
Yeah. I had to sit back down.
And you stand up, you can't feel your feet. But two things that happen. One, that causes that numbness. Two, it causes hemorrhoids. So you cannot sit on the toilet reading the newspaper from cover to cover, because it's definitely going to result in you getting some bad hemorrhoids and hemorrhoid flares.
No, we don't want to walk around. Next thing you know, we looking like a squirrel. Like, where did he get a tail from? Dr. Collier, give us your disclaimer.
These are the opinions of Dr. MJ Collier, not those of Rickey Smiley, the Rickey Smiley Morning Show participants, or its radio affiliates around the country and around the world. Dr. MJ Collier, ask ASK Dr. MJ. Go to my YouTube channel, Ask Dr. MJ. Go to my website, lipodrops.com.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I want to hip you to the teeth. It's Gary, baby.
Gary, what's up?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Samantha Gibson is finally speaking out, y'all. If y'all know who Samantha Gibson is, she's the beautiful, estranged wife, y'all, of Tyrese Gibson, y'all. Now, she revealed, y'all, during the Instagram Live that she would advise women, y'all, against dating male celebrities. She said that, honey, I think a lot of women, honey, want a certain type of notoriety being with a certain guy. She said that's not where your work comes from, honey. She said that's not where your validation comes from. She said your validation comes from the good Lord, honey, and God alone. It doesn't matter who you're with. She continued. She said, I'm not saying these guys are bad, but these are self-made men. That's what a lot of women want, honey, from these men. And at the end of the day, these men are accustomed to getting their way. And because there's a lot more than women there's a lot more that women want from them. She said, and they've been able to pick and choose to do whatever they want to do. She said a lot of women are going into situations saying, honey, I want this kind of guy. Not understand that these men have a pick of the litter, which they do. She said they ain't going to put up with anything. And she said you're going to have to settle and compromise and work things out within yourself before you feel like, honey, I feel like what they have to do to you. So, unquote. And Samantha is right, though, because, wealthy men do have a pick of the litter. They can have whatever they want, whenever they want, how they want, and whatever. Huh?
You can have somebody, but not nobody that love you for you. That's hard for somebody with money to find true love you got to damn near dress homeless and go get you a station wagon and pick her up and see if she like you.
Well, yeah, that's kind of true.
And go rent you a little apartment or something. And like for a couple of months, you barely making to see if she really love you, how she gonna play you. And then when she break up with you, you take on one more date and take over your real house. And be like, I'm good.
That's it. I think does that sound right, women? Do y'all feel that, or just feel that the men, you love the man and he should be nice to you and cherish you and stuff, or you just go whatever, honey. I mean,
he should be nice, but if you're a woman with stature, you want somebody that has something that can help you at the same time and still love on you.
Yeah, that's true. So, well, we feel bad for Samantha because allegedly, honey, Tyrese, honey, just threw her out and even turn the lights on for her. So we just gonna have to keep them listening.
Don't do that,
well, that's what she said.
When it was good, it was good for both of them. Or else they wouldn't have got married.
Well, true. All right. Well, moving on, honey. Another celebrity news, y'all. Baby Miss Wendy Williams. Now, Brad, we talked about Dr. Oz earlier this morning. Now, Wendy Williams did an interview with Dr. Oz, honey, and she revealed, y'all, that she has no plans, honey, on getting a COVID-19 vaccine. She said, honey, I'm not getting the vaccine. She said, I don't trust it. She said, I rarely get sick. She also said that I've never gotten a flu shot either, and I've never had the flu. When Dr. Oz asked her, who a girl, why? She said, because doctors are really smart people, but doctors don't know everything. She said, and that's been proven as well. She also later added,
here's what we know. Ain't nobody died from the vaccine, but they definitely 500,000 people have died from coronavirus. Now do the math.
Exactly. And she went on and later said, though, Ricky, she said, I'm not saying that you shouldn't get the vaccine. She said, I'm just not getting the vaccine. And somebody wrote in and they said, girl, that's why your feet swole, so you need to get that shot, honey. But I'm like, they shouldn't say that.
Did the vaccine make your ankles go down or something?
No, honey. Wendy got lymphedema, honey, and she can't wear shoes no more.
Why would they say something like that to her?
Because, honey, people...
That's very mean.
It's really mean.
Yeah, because lymphedema is not nothing to play with. And Wendy, with her tennis shoes, she just can't wear pumps no more. So, there you have it. But nevertheless, that's what she said, honey. And in my final story, y'all, Tamar Braxton, honey, her ex is David at the festival. His restraining order, y'all, was dissolved, honey. Now, they're saying TMZ said the restraining order that Tamar Braxton and her ex David was resolved when neither he nor her appeared in court yesterday, honey. They're saying although the reason neither of them was present is unclear, but they said they didn't show up to court and they haven't reconciled, and I guess that's the way things go, honey. So congratulations to Tamar and David, honey. They seem like they were a good couple and they may get back together, but I know she did have another story out there saying that he was not abusive. She said David was not abusive, so y'all need to know that he was not abusive, honey, but they just didn't stay together. So there you have it. So let's keep them all and all parties lifted up in our prayer. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite color. My color today, y'all, is gambage. On the high end, you say gambage, and on the low end, you say beautiful mustard yellow. That's your color for today.
Oh, y'all give it up for Gary with the T. All right, y'all, Rick's Friday Morning Show. It is 24 minutes after the hour. Here we go.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Cause he woke you up this morning, slid you in your house shoes, so we be better. Wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, wanna know where you calling from, so come on and tell us and just wake up.
Good morning, this is Casmin from Lakeland. I want to say good morning to my Uncle Vic. Wake up, wake up, wake up. We love you.
Good morning. This is Jackie calling from Dallas, Texas. I want to wake up my husband, Kenny. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
This is Robert Flores from H-Town. H-Town, wake up, wake up, wake up.
This is Cheryl Pickney calling from Charlotte, South Carolina. I had to wake up my family in New Jersey, New York, Virginia. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Good morning. My name is Angie Pratt, and I'm from Sharon, Texas. I want to wake up all the kids at High Springs High School. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Listening on your radio. Come on. Whole gang of cities tuned in, lock in. What's yours? Cause we gon' let them know. When you at Portland, wake up. And Charlotte, wake up. And Raleigh, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, Baltimore, wake up. And Nashville, wake up. Indianapolis, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
All right, there it is. Hey, thank you, Brett.
You're welcome, Ricky.
Coming up next, y'all, Bernice Jenkins got your church announcements. 26 after the hour. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, our favorite grandmama, Miss Bernice Jenkins, is in the building.
Yeah! Good morning, Janie.
Yeah! Miss Jenkins?
Just another day.
Come on
that
now.
the Lord has kept me.
Come on now.
Woke me up this morning and slid me in my house shoes.
Woo!
And I had 4 cups of coffee and 6 pieces of toast this morning. I'm feeling good. What you had, Janie?
I had grits and bacon. 6 slices of bacon and grits. 5 cups of coffee.
And I had black-eyed peas and neck bones last night and some cornbread. What you had last night, Janie?
Yeah.
You had the same thing?
Yeah, I had some neck bone last night.
Yeah, I can't suck them like I used to.
Oh, that's so good.
Say what, Janie?
That's so good out there.
Yeah, don't get used to sucking on them neck bones. It ain't Christian-like. Here's our church announcement this morning. Govern yourself.
Accordingly.
Please pray for Brother Lloyd Stewart and his twin brother Larry. And you know they got drunk Friday night at the Elks Lodge and went home to each other's house by mistake. And now they both slept with their sister-in-laws. And feel like they committed adultery and both of them is going to hell.
Wow. Fix it, Jesus.
Oh my God.
The after-service meeting in meeting room 3 has been canceled. You know what meeting room 3 is?
Yeah.
It's been canceled because some nasty rascal done went in there during the service and passed gas and got the whole room and the hallway smelling like old ham juice and spoiled mustard greens.
Oh, man.
So the meeting gonna be outside. They say that gas probably full of COVID-19. Now, it's another homegoing on this Saturday. Deacon Clint Brooks. You know him, Janie?
Yeah.
Now, you know he lost his son, Big Pat.
Yeah.
Big Pat died on Tuesday. Big Pat, you know, he was 38.
Yeah.
And he was 6'6", 385 pounds. And he was suffering from high blood pressure, eardrum leakage, nervous feet, chest hair crabs, chronic knuckle swelling, and mad cow disease. But that ain't what killed him. He died in the drive-thru at Arby's on his lunch break and bet his friend that he can eat a whole beef and cheddar sandwich while he was waiting on his change. And the big dummy choked himself to death right there at the window. So they called the window and they called the police in the ambulance. And they didn't take his body out the car. They loaded it up on one of them tow trucks and towed it down there to Davenport and Harris Funeral Home. And they had a hard time getting him out the car. So they might do a drive-around viewing while he's in the car. They're going to embalm him while he's in his car. There ain't no way in the hell they're going to get that big bastard out that car, Jane. I'll call you tomorrow. Let's on what's going on.
Hey, look, I gotta ask you something real serious right now. Before you start fussing at me about not being at work.
Okay, why you not?
Before you start fussing,
let's talk about you not coming to work. Then ask me what you gonna ask me. Why you not here today?
Shout it, because I'm talking to God right now. And God said you got to be still when you're talking to him. I can't be still if I'm driving to work. Shout it, look. So, look.
That ain't funny.
No, Shawty, it's not funny. I'm not trying to be joking, Shawty. I'm trying to ask you a real serious question.
Yeah.
I went to Bible study last night with my grandma, and they asked a real serious question, and I'm thinking about giving my life over to the Lord, and I know you did that a long time ago.
Man, I'm talking about
and
one Wednesday evening, they baptized me.
Yeah, I need to ask you a question, though, Shawty. I need to ask you, because I'm trying to make this decision, Lord.
Say what?
I'm trying to make this big decision in my life, Shawty. I need to ask you some questions, though.
Go ahead.
If I give my life over to the Lord, Shawty, do I got to stop drinking liquor and getting drunk?
Yeah, you got to stop drinking liquor.
Okay. Do I got to stop smoking weed?
You got to stop smoking weed if you're going to give your
life over to
the
the Lord. Do I got to stop popping pills?
You got to stop popping pills.
Do I got to start having
yes, you got to stop having with chicks.
With other men wives?
You got to stop all that, Black Tony.
Do I got to, all right, Shawty, do I got to stop stealing?
You got to stop stealing.
Do I got to stop selling stolen goods?
You got to stop selling stolen goods.
Do I got to stop robbing folk?
You got to stop hitting licks.
Do I got to stop scamming?
You got to stop scamming. You can't do that.
Do I got to stop fraud?
You got to stop fraud.
Okay, Shawty. I'm not gonna give my life to the Lord, Shawty. I'll be there tomorrow. Come on, let's Shawty. I can't do all that, Shawty. I'm trying to keep having fun in my life.
That's too much.
Yeah, that's too much. I can't do all that, Shawty. I can't do all that.
Hold it. Half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, Rick's Modern Morning Show. 5 minutes after the hour, y'all. The segment's being brought to you by Geico. Whether you rent or own, Geico makes it easy to bundle home and car insurance. Having a home is hard work, so get a quote at geico.com. Easy. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Ricky, your friend, comedian Aries Spears, y'all, is calling out Brat's community, honey. He's calling out all the rappers, y'all. He said, first of all, he said, I want to know, how is it that y'all don't get bored with the current state of hip-hop and what y'all doing to rap? He said, when everything sounds the same. He said the melodies sound the same. He said the damn beats sound the same. He said the cadence sound the same. He said the flow sounds the same. He said everything is auto-tuned. He said y'all sound horrible. That's something.
No.
Comedians are doing that, Brad. What you think?
He must not be listening to, man, listen, hip-hop is great. I absolutely love and have invested my whole energy into hip-hop. I listen to it all day.
He said they all sound the same, honey. He said all of them sound the same. He said Brad sound like
I kind of see where he was coming from, though.
Where he coming from, Special K?
He definitely didn't say that because we ain't never sounded alike. Anyway, that was the great difference from back in the day. Yeah, you were able to distinguish one from another. Now, ain't nothing wrong if that's how they want to do their thing.
The baby be jamming. Lil
yes,
Baby
he
be
do.
jamming.
Lil Baby and the Baby.
Offset.
Yellow Beezy.
Yellow Beezy. Even the one that's dead, they be going.
Oh, this new kid, more Ray, he be like, crackdown.
Man, I'm with all of that. And
oh,
then,
man.
you know, they be doing little mixes with people like Janae Aiko or whatever, man. Listen. Trust me, when I get off work, I be on some hip hop. I put in my cassette tapes.
Everybody love what they love, you know.
What'd you say, Special K?
Well, no, it was kind of a debate raging on Facebook about old school hip hop versus new school hip hop. How the old school seems to have more memorable music and more, artistically pure music, whereas now it seems like everything is more kind of computer generated.
But I think there are some songs out right now that will last for about 20 years that I hear, as a musician.
Well, that's why it's a debate. That's why it's a debate, because it's a personal taste thing. But I get where he was coming from. I just think it came off
he just means
in
the
kind
rap
of the wrong
style
way.
of the new era kids. They kind of sound similar. Like what's to do with the piercing in his head and
young.
I mean, but if you think about it, generationally, our parents said the same thing. When they heard hip hop, they were like, "Ooh, what is this? Boobly blah blah blah." They didn't understand it. So if he's not a fan of hip hop, he's allowed to be that, but he cannot.
No, he
just
is a fan of
throw
hip-hop.
away the culture, because I mean,
he's a fan of
hip-hop
old
is
he's
still
a
popping.
serious fan of hip hop.
Yeah, he's
old
a fan
school,
of old
though.
school.
You still got to give these kids their flowers while they're here. They're still doing their thing, like Rick was saying. The little
it's
babies,
music
like
for everybody.
popping.
The younger
Cardi B
generation
popping.
love that
Meg Thee
music.
Stallion popping.
They all sound the damn
Before
same.
Kanye lost his mind, you ain't gonna talk about Kanye Click.
Okay, Ricky.
Wait a minute, Ggary's on Aries Spears' side.
Yeah, because they do sound the same. They look the same. Everybody damn sagging, looking frightening, honey. You're scared to be around them and stuff. Honey. So I'm with Harry. So, but anyway.
All right. Now, you can listen to it. You ain't got to go around it because I be nervous when they have hoodies on, too, with them pants sagging with them backpacks or whatever. I do be crossing the street. You about to get hit by a car trying to cross the street. Trying to get away. I'm scared of them. Okay. I know it sounds bad or whatever. You feel comfortable or whatever. They don't make no eye contact with you, and they be having them hoodies on, be looking like they finna. And when they move fast.
Yeah, honey.
You can't catch them. And they run with them pants sagging all the way down, and you can't even catch them in your car.
You can't catch Brad. That's why I'm glad she where she at and I'm where I'm at, because, honey, that's all part of that genre.
Well, you
but anyway, moving.
Brenda stole something from you?
Well, not just that, but she'll get you, honey. She one of them rappers with a hoodie. But anyway, moving on, y'all. Another celebrity news, y'all. Waka Flocka, baby. He's speaking out, y'all. He's slamming people, y'all, who film themselves helping the damn homeless. He said he called out all y'all, honey, who film yourselves helping the homeless, doing charitable deeds. He said, you know what? He said, why? And when I do good deeds, he said, I don't never record or take pictures, because why would I catch a person at their lowest point in life? He said that, and that is true. And he said, plus, he said, I don't need a visual of what I did right. He said, I got to experience it, and that mess is a feeling, and that's something that you can't take from me. He said, you know what I'm saying? He said, or take it from them. He said, that's a real human trait. So to see anybody marketing themselves, feeding the homeless or feeding somebody that need help, he said, that is corny.
But it do encourage other people to get out there and do something, though. Because when you see somebody do something like that, you can say, okay, let me go down here,
right,
and give out some food and do some stuff. It does inspire you. So, you know, I hear what you're saying.
What about balance? But what happened between you and God?
No, but Ricky said is so on point, because there is a level of balance, and there is the motivation that you get when you see someone, you find yourself inspired. And I think sometimes we forget how easy it is to be of service and how easy it is to help. So when you get an example of someone as big as Waka Flocka doing something so small but really changing someone's life, I think it's inspirational. So sometimes people do too much, but I think it's okay.
I mean, you ain't gonna do nothing for the animals until you see that damn commercial when that lady be singing "In the Heart of an Angel, far away."
I cry every time.
The dog be looking in that cage, and they ain't watch that dog face, and them flies be swerving around that dog.
The cologne that they had is one of my favorite colognes. My cologne is gambage on the high end, busted yellow on the low.
Y'all just took off the Gary segment.
In the angel,
damn.
You can call these dogs. They need food and shelter.
When they say you need food, honey, y'all feed Ricky. That's the words.
Come on home.
Definitely not the lyrics.
Come on.
Or notes.
Close. Sarah McLaughlin's lawyer on the line right now.
Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, the CDC has warned against getting too comfortable with the coronavirus, especially with new variants spreading. We can completely lose the hard-earned progress that we made. But that is not stopping the governors of Texas and Mississippi. They both announced yesterday that they will lift their states' mask mandates and roll back many of their COVID-19 health restrictions. And they're going to put health restrictions that was put in place last March. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said that it is now time to open Texas 100%, adding that, quote, it is clear from the recoveries, from the vaccinations, from the reduced hospitalizations. Gary, is that right?
Hospitalization.
Hospitalization.
You said it perfectly, Ricky.
Okay, thank you, because Gary be hating me and make me nervous.
You be hating. You were right this time.
Yeah. And from the safe practices that Texas are using, that state mandates are no longer needed, end quote. Now, Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves has plans to end the statewide mask mandate effective today. So what do you think? Now, is it too soon for states to get back to normal, or is it about time? Give us a call at 866-9-RICKEY, and let us know what you think. Eva, what do y'all think?
I think this lack of caution is just criminal. Like, I get it, and I am very excited about hospitalizations going down, doses, diagnosis going down, and doses of vaccines getting in people's arms. But to reopen everything with no mask mandate, which means kids go to school with no masks, which means you get served food by people with no masks, absolutely not. I will not be in the state of Texas no time soon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Brad.
Everybody is not vaccinated yet, so I think this is absolutely crazy. And I think the new normal is wearing a mask. You just feel more safe now protecting your face and your organs that are like open, where you can get those germs and catch anything.
All right, what about you, Gary?
I want us to go back, but wearing a mask would be nice. But I'm sure ready to go back, honey.
Especially, you were saying something about the mask. What were you saying about those masks and what they cover up?
Well, the masks do serve a benefit because they make ugly chicks only have to be cute from like the bridge of the nose up. And so it's easier for chicks that are facially challenged to get through, to get through the day and be on par with the good looking chicks. Because it's not hard to be cute from the
and
nose
it's the
up.
same way with y'all. It really is.
Yeah.
It's the same way with
But I'm
y'all.
saying,
Like,
but
you
I'm
can
saying
have
the
pretty
benefit
eyes
is,
and
Brad,
nice brows and nice hair, and you pull
that's
that
all you
thing
gotta
down. You
have.
got a bell pepper nose, brown, nasty, rotten out
That's
teeth.
all you gotta have.
You can't even tell.
It just
So
levels
it's the
the
same
playing
way with
field.
y'all. Yeah.
I just don't know what just happened. We was having an intelligent conversation. And Special K and the Brat just ruined everything. Let's go to the phone lines. 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKEY. Good morning.
Okay, I think it's too soon. We have too many people who are still dying. They are very inconsiderate for not thinking of the people and just thinking of the businesses. I think they need to reconsider that and be more considerate of the health of us Texans and the people of Mississippi.
It's entirely too soon. I am a resident of Mississippi, and the only reason the numbers plummeted is because of the bad weather 2 weeks ago. We had to stay inside. There were icy roads, so there was nowhere to go. It's entirely too soon. I'm also an advocate for the vaccine, but it's way too soon. Mississippi sucks for this. I love my home state, but it's embarrassing. Thanks.
Oh, it's definitely too soon because the population is 10%, it's not even 10% vaccinated yet. That doesn't even make any sense for them to be releasing people like that. Like, would you go into a yard with an animal and the leash is only 10% working? I just don't get that.
It's absolutely too soon. And they can keep their asses in Texas and Mississippi because we don't want that anywhere else. Don't come to Louisiana. We good. We good over here.
Wait a minute, how y'all gonna get messy like that? Don't do that. That is
the
not-
whole state is her house.
Don't come over here. Don't come to Louisiana. We good. You know, people in their car in Texas laughing like hell.
Yes.
No, man.
That's
We
the
just
effect on the airports.
Oh yeah, we just want we want everybody to be safe, man. I don't care what the governors do. Protect yourself. Put on a couple of masks until you can get vaccinated. Johnson & Johnson, they have hooked up with another their competitive drug company, not Moderna. It was another one.
It's Merck.
Merck. And they by the end of May, the vaccination will be available for every adult in the United States. So if you're out there, go ahead and get on the list, because I promise you will get an email back within a week or a week and a half, to get yourself vaccinated where you can get some immunity. Was that the right word? Was that right?
Immunity.
Yeah.
All right, Gary, you be making me nervous because you like to criticize people on their words just because your vocabulary ain't. And I don't like that. And it make me uncomfortable sometimes. Sometimes I just wish that you would just not look at me when I'm trying to say big words.
Well, I just wish you would break them down in
somebody.
syllables. Then break them down in syllables.
Yeah.
I hate you. Like,
Sesame Street back in the day.
like, why do you come every day? Why do you show up? Why don't you do like Black Tony and just take her?
Immunization.
Yeah, that hospitalization. Hospitalization. It threw me off because I'm
And then
just
you
tired.
flow in.
Say
Then you
what?
flow in. Hospitalization. Then you flow in. Hospitalization.
Gary, them big ass teeth you got, you couldn't even say it just then.
I am traveling, so I am broadcasting from my hotel room. But thank God for the ingenuity and the technology that we have learned during this pandemic that has allowed us to be as remote as we are. So I can be here in New York on other business and still do my podcast, which, make sure y'all listen to tomorrow. That's right, the Undressing Room podcast presented by Macy's. I can do my Rickey Smiley morning show. I've been up since about 5:30 this morning, and it's going down. Now, it's time for a segment in the show that we call Eva's Corner. That's right. Who's Eva? That'll be me. Yes, and I talk about everything womanhood, motherhood, and the juiciness in between. This is all about women's issues, women's perspectives, women's thoughts, women's everything, right? So that's what I do it for, because our women deserve it. It's Women's History Month, and I do it every month, every Monday, every Wednesday. But I'm just going to go ahead and lay that right there. So today's topic, a little controversial. It just is what it is. I'm going to have the conversation about it because you don't ever get to a new level in life by being afraid to talk about things that are sticky. Let's talk about them. Let's go. Well, I want to know, ladies, how do you feel about your black sons dating outside of our race? I know it's going to get sticky, but we talking about it in Eva's Corner coming up next on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. To the left, everything you own in the box to the left is my car. That's what they playing. Listen, I want to know how y'all feeling. Grand Rising Kings and Queens, we talking about it. We shaking it out and we dealing with stuff that is unpopular to talk about, but is real in our world. Ladies, mamas that have black sons out here that have worked and fought through hell and high water to keep their babies, to help their babies, to put their children in a position for success as proud black men. I want to know how you feel. Now, this is not just a question coming out of nowhere or out of just anywhere. There is a post that I saw on Facebook of a man with a shirt on. And the shirt said, this shirt is 100% cotton. That's why I picked it. And not only did he wear this disgusting shirt as a beautiful black man, but he wore it with his white girlfriend hanging off of his shoulder. So, as a woman, as a black woman, be clear. I don't care who you date. I do not discriminate on color. If you find a white man you love, marry him. One of my best friends is married to a white man. Their relationship is beautiful. He is an amazing man, the best man for her, no question about it. So the question isn't color like that. The question is when you date outside the color race, must you require that counterpart is at least an ally of the community in which you struggle through? I'm just asking. Because how is that appropriate? The shirt is what was rude as fuck. And I think what made it worse was that he had a white girl. But it was the shirt that was rude. But it also shows the world in which he lives in, because a whole person is standing next to him, supporting him in that shirt. So, try to find my words correctly because I am live on air. And we are all a part of the human race, no question about it. But the black struggle to be black in America is a real reality. The plight of the black man is a truth. And for people like myself and others, be it famous or not, that have the opportunity to push the envelope forward, to help our community to stride forward and to be better, I think that we should take that opportunity. Look at Kamala Harris. Her husband, Doug, is white. It's not the fact that you married to a white person. That's neither here nor there. But at least let them be open and real about our realities. And that's what we're talking about. Let's talk about them going live. Might get crazy.
Eva's Corner on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, 12 minutes before the top of the hour, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It's time for Eva's Corner. Hey, Eva, what up?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Eva's Corner, where we talk about all things womanhood, motherhood, and the juiciness in between. And today, Ricky, I must say it's juicy, it's controversial, so just get ready and charge this to my head, not my heart. Now, I was on Facebook yesterday, and I saw a picture of a young man, beautiful black man, beautiful smile. He had on this bright red shirt, and on the shirt it said, this shirt is made of 100% cotton. That's why I picked it. And this was a picture that was shot within the last month or so at a Trump rally. And then I looked next to him. A beautiful black man had on a shirt that said this shirt was made of 100% cotton, which is why I picked it. And he said that he wore that shirt proudly, clinging on to his white girlfriend. So as a black woman, as a mom, as a daughter of a black man, I quickly felt away. And I posed myself a question. I said, how would I feel if either of my black sons were to date outside the race? And I started to really think about that, because my first question is, how would they even get to a point where their standard of beauty looked Anglo? I know growing up for me in my home, my parents had Jet Beauties of the Week. My brothers pulled them centerfolds out like them things was a Time magazine. They made sure we had an idea and a level of beauty when it came to black women that I don't think that my brothers had an issue when it came to what they thought was beautiful. So I get it that a lot of us now have moved out of the neighborhoods we used to live in. We live in suburbs. We live in neighborhoods where our kids go to school, where the kids around them sometimes are predominantly of another race. And so maybe that's how your kid ends up thinking that the women of another race are superior or look better. My question is, where do you draw the line? If you're okay with your child dating outside the race, where do you draw the line when you have to ensure that that other person is actually an ally in our struggle? And that's what I want to get to, because seeing this man with this shirt on was one thing, but seeing this man with this shirt on talking about picking cotton with this white woman hanging on his arm, it did something to my soul, Ricky. So it makes me, I just want to know as a parent, it does, as a parent, and you are a beautiful black man that has raised kings and queens, Ricky. How would you feel if you saw Brandon wear that shirt about picking cotton with a white girl hanging on his arm?
I would kill him, punch him in the throat, or whatever. You know, I mean, that sometimes that just be some kind of little sexual fantasy they be having about
speak on it,
doing stuff like that, and wearing a shirt like that, and they probably be role playing around the house like he a slave, and he outside and she in there asleep with the fan blowing in her hair like King Kong, and then he come crawling his black ass through the window with some drawers on.
And the frustration is that the social climate right now and what we are dealing with race relations, and the truth that we are finally getting people in higher office to finally talk about racism and how Black Lives Matter. How dare we at this very touching time use our platform?
That's crazy.
To help denigrate what we're trying to do. It's like, it was the most disgusting thing. And all of us, most of us on this show are parents, are at least aunts or uncles, and we have a leadership role. So I just want to know how y'all feel about this beautiful black man on here with this shirt that says it's 100% cotton. I picked it, with this white girl hanging on her arm. I mean, Rock T, how would you feel if your daughter brought him home?
Yeah, I would have a problem. Like, you know, he going a little bit too far with that thing. I don't know if he was trying to do it as a joke, but I would definitely have to stop him at the door and say, "Hey, young man, let's step outside and talk. Let's talk about this."
Yeah, that ain't funny.
And the thing is, it's not even just that she's dating someone of another color, because let's just be honest. Kamala Harris, Vice President of the United States of America, beautiful black woman, Howard University alum, is also married to a beautiful man named Doug, who is white, has adopted his kids. So we're not mad at the race. We're mad at the perpetuation of the disparities that we deal with that are being upheld by people you choose to date. Like, how can you date somebody like that? And maybe it's me.
Like, my son, he's a senior in high school, and they go to a mixed school. And I went to pick him up from school one day last year, and he was hanging out with this little white chick in the front of the school. And I teased him about it. I said, "Oh, that's your new girlfriend?" He said, nah. He said, I would never do that because I wouldn't know. I don't know what her family would be like. You know what I mean? He said, I don't have a, he wouldn't want to be in that position of having to date somebody and go home and then face some kind of repercussions from her family. And I thought about that. So I wouldn't want my kids to go through that. No.
I just want us as parents, as progressive as life is and how as many strides as we've made, I want us to stay cognizant and aware of the things that are going on around us, especially with our children, and make sure that we are doing all that we need to do to raise these babies upright, because this picture is disturbing as a mom.
Conjunction, junction, how's that function? I like tying up words and phrases and clauses. Conjunction, junction, how's that function? I'm gonna get you there if you're very careful. Conjunction, junction, hey, I'm gonna get you there if you're very careful.
Out of the frying pan and into the fire. Cut loose the sandbag, but the balloon wouldn't go any higher. You could go up to the mountain or down to the sea. You should always say thank you or at least say please.
Yes. Is that Nipsey Russell? That sound like his voice.
It had to be.
From The Wiz when he be like, slide some oil to me.
Yeah. Nipsey Russell from To Tell the Truth.
Yes.
Man, listen. That's how we learned our stuff. We didn't learn it at school. We learned it with Schoolhouse Rock.
Music, yes.
Yes.
Conjunction.
Words with phrases and clauses.
And button R will get you pretty far. And that's one for this and that, but not this, but that. And there's R. Or. When you have a choice like this or that, and button R, get you pretty far. Boy, I used to be saying, sit Charles. What's the matter with you? You wake up everybody in this house every day. Turn the But you got the TV up down there, Bob. Go in there, get you some cereal, sit down and shut it. Turn it down. You just do you. Well, you need to learn everything you can. Yeah, grandma be busting at me, man. Cause when that came on, I turned that damn TV all the way up. Then we had the flow model TV that didn't work, so we had a small black and white TV on top of the broke flow model TV.
Yes.
Think y'all had some TV with these little stinking flat screens, boy. You ain't had no TV till you had a big flow model TV that looked like a casket. Big piece of, it looked like a casket with a screen in it. And on the other side of it had a record player, a big component set. With the TV and the record player and albums and radio, everything, all in one big entertainment center. Y'all ain't had no damn childhood. Eat some cereal over your
entertainment center.
That's right. Yes. Eat some cereal over your grandma's house and she don't have no up-to-date milk. It's June. That milk be dated for February. And then she said, well, hell, if you don't want that, it's some pet milk on the door. So you got to open up a can of damn condensed milk and pour it in your cereal and go to the sink and put some sink water in it and mix it up just where it can balance out. And you eat the hell out of that them damn regular plain ass corn flakes and stuff, no bananas to cut up in there. You eat that damn cereal and you put a 5 pound, half a bag of sugar in that cereal to get it sweet, and you eat that cereal and you pour the rest of the milk out in the sink. Don't tell me about no childhood.
Whose houses was that in?
At my grandmama's house. It be so cold in that damn house, you can't even go all the way to the other side of the house to use a bathroom. Your grandma had a pee bucket at the foot of the bed. Sit up there and you pull your grandmama's house coat up over your head and take you a pee and go to bed. Y'all don't know nothing about no childhood. Boy, y'all better get me off this radio. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
All right, guys. I'm at my last news hit of the morning. Last but so important. Let y'all know what's going on in the world. I'm trying to set this thing up. I'm not at home. I don't have my regular stuff. But we're going to make it do what it do, right? Please stay. All right. So you guys know, if I am at my home studio, if I'm in any studio of our affiliates, or if I'm at my home studio, which is Dallas, we're going to get the job done, period. This pandemic's not going to hold us down, and this pandemic is not going to keep us from letting y'all know what's going on in the world, staying connected, staying up to date from everything as far as the winter storms affecting our communities in Texas to the communities in Jackson, Mississippi that are not being talked about. That's what we do here at the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. So I got a little bit of news for you, let you know what's going on. That was last hour's news. Let's not do the old stuff. Let's do this hour. And there's this, and I want to make sure I get this name right. It is Aleski Nuvolny. I'll let you know what that name means, who that person is, and what that means to us as Americans. There's some stuff going on. Biden is presidenting. And I'll let you know what's going on there. And despite warnings from the CDC, it's a little frustrating. You'll hear me go live and I'll talk about it a little more in depth. But it's very frustrating about this mask mandate being lifted in Texas. The governor just being like, open the state. Like, I'm sorry. You're not Guam. You're not like isolated in a territory, but like you're connected. People are flying in and out of there. How do you just... I came into New York and Cuomo said, if you don't sign this paperwork, he want to know where you at, what your phone number is, your cell phone, your house address, where you staying at in New York, like, period. So it's just amazing as I am privileged to travel and move around during this pandemic. Thank God I have antibodies. But it's just amazing how different the states are as far as their precautions and the things that they're doing. Texas is scary right now. But I need y'all to stay on alert because it ain't just Texas. Mississippi, Ohio, and Louisiana are other states that are ready to lift their restrictions too. So then there's that. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about these vaccines. I know we're trying to figure out how can I get my vaccine? Where are they at? All of that. So I'm going to let you know what's going on. P.S. I will not be going to Texas anytime soon, nor will I be taking guests from Texas in my home anytime soon. Thank you, Governor of Texas, Abbott. Let you know what's going on in this sanctions against Russian leaders for poisoning Aleski Nuvolny last summer. I'm going to explain what that is. And did y'all hear this Dr. Seuss stuff? Have y'all heard about it? I saw it first this morning. Super excited to talk about it in the news because it's amazing how we have just been existing in such a racist world where there's racism around us in our kids' books and we didn't even notice it. Or maybe we did and didn't say nothing. I don't know. But 6 Dr. Seuss books will no longer be published because they contain racist imagery. The publishing company was founded by a member of Dr. Seuss's family, said that they decided to make the change over criticism about the way blacks, Asians, and others were drawn in some of his books. So one book features drawings of like 2 barefoot African men wearing grass skirts with their hair tied above their head. Another book shows an Asian person holding chopsticks and eating food from a bowl. So that kind of stuff, just stereotypical disgustingness. And they're taking that out. And then finally, I got something to tell you about some history being made by a beautiful black woman named Pamela A. Smith. And Black History Month is a beautiful month because it's our opportunity for us to remind the world about our accomplishments. But we need to go ahead and use every single day to celebrate the beautiful blackness that we are and the strides that we are making. So it might be March 3rd, but baby, it might as well be Black History Month over here because we is talking about it. That's right. It's going down right here at the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. I'm your girl, Eva Marcille. Love my job. I love my life. I love my children. I love my people.
News headlines.
Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 26 minutes after the hour. It is about that time for the front page being brought to you by Indeed. Indeed believes less is more. Indeed's Instant Match instantly searches its database of millions of resumes, delivering candidates who best fit your job description. More at Indeed.com/credit. Indeed.com/credit. What up, people?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone. And what a beautiful Wednesday today is. I'm your girl, Eva Marcille, here with a quick look at your front page news. So despite warnings from the CDC and the fact that Texas has the lowest vaccination rate in the country, the governor of Texas has announced yesterday that he is ending all coronavirus restrictions. Businesses can open at 100%, and people no longer have to wear masks. And beware, because Mississippi, Ohio, and Louisiana are the other states that are ready to lift restrictions also. And yesterday, President Biden announced that the U.S. will have enough coronavirus vaccines for all American adults by the end of May. That's 2 months earlier than promised and expected. Also, in his first move against Russia, the Biden administration imposed sanctions against Russian leaders over the poisoning of Alexei Navalny last summer. Now, Navalny is President Putin's opposition. Russia has vowed to retaliate. Now, in other news, and this is really bizarre, Ricky. 6 Dr. Seuss books will no longer be published because they contain racist imagery. The publishing company was founded by members of the Dr. Seuss family. They said they decided to make the change because of criticism over the way blacks, Asians, and others are drawn in his book. Now, and just to give you a little idea, Rick, I don't know if you've noticed, but in some of the books, they have African men that are bare feet wearing grass skirts with their hair tied. Another one they have with Asian person holding chopsticks, eating from a bowl, just that kind of stuff. And they decided to take that on out. So thank you, Dr. Seuss. And last but not least,
take our
even
green
though it's
eggs
not...
and ham, because I was...
Do you like them, Sam? I am.
A chick house, and she had some green eggs and ham, and I thought it was okay, and I ended up in the ER, food poisoning.
Well, we don't want that. But I'm super excited. Black History Month is over, but Black History greatness never stops, right? So finally, congratulations goes to Pamela A. Smith. Now, Smith has become the first black woman to command the U.S. Park Police, the oldest federal law enforcement agency in the entire country. This is an achievement of 230 years in the making. Congratulations, Miss Pamela Smith. All right, that was a quick look at your front page news. For more, log on to the RickySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what's going on in sports?
Let's talk about James Harden, man. He's going to be returning to Houston to face his former team for the first time since being traded to the Brooklyn Nets. He spent 8 seasons with the Rockets, even though it was a nasty split up. The Rockets plan to retire his number 13 jersey one day. So, man, that was big ups right there. There's a little tension going on between Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones and quarterback Dak Prescott. Contract feud between the two is still happening. There's a rumor out there. I know y'all heard it. Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson, his agent, has publicly mentioned the Dallas Cowboys would accept a trade if Russell wanted to go there. Or he would accept a trade if the Dallas Cowboys gave him an offer. So my question is, would you take Russell Wilson over Dak Prescott as a quarterback, like right now in their careers? Rick?
Super Day, what you think? I'm going to have to ask Super Day.
Russell? No doubt
Are you
about it.
serious? Why you say that?
More experience. He just didn't have an offensive line. Dak is a good quarterback, but I look at Russell. He's won a Super Bowl, and he has greatness written all over him.
And so you think Russell's more of a gamer?
Yeah. Russell's ready right now. If the Cowboys are trying to win right now, it's Russell.
Wow.
I may have to agree with that, dog, and I love Dak. I love Dak, man, but I may have to agree with that one right there. So
I'll put it like this.
Let's talk about it, man. At Rock T Holla, follow me on my social media.
$40 million.
What's up?
You could give it to Russell or you give it to Dak. Who are you giving it to right now?
I'm giving it to Russell.
Oh,
I'm giving it to Russell. And I love Dak. I love Dak. But there it is, man. So Brad got the hot spot right now. We continue this conversation online.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley, the morning show, 29 before the top of the hour, y'all. It is time for Brad's Hot Spot, brought to you by...
Brought to you by... That makes is Snowfall, set during the 1980s crack epidemic. This season follows Franklin saying as he struggles to control his drug empire and end the rising gang violence before it becomes an all-out war. Snowfall, all new episode tonight at 10 Eastern, 9 Central on FX. Streaming next day, FX on Hulu. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat Tat, and this is the Hot Spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. So Coming to America, y'all, has been a classic for over 30 years, and Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall, they gear up to release the sequel, and they revealing a few secrets about the popular original film. So they said while on Jimmy Kimmel Live that they believe they were forced to bring on Louis Anderson, who played Maurice, because of Paramount's efforts to include a white actor in the ensemble cast. Arsenio Hall said, I love Louis, but I think we were forced to put Louis in it. We were forced to put in a white person. And then Eddie Murphy added, they were like, there has to be a white person in the movie. And I was like, what? And Arsenio said he was given an actual list of actors for them to choose from. It was official, he said. I had a list. They gave me a list with 3 white guys, and they said, who would you rather work with, or who would work better for you? And I said Louis. Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. Well, it looks like their relationship with Louis Anderson is still going strong, y'all. He's also in the sequel, which will premiere on Amazon Prime Friday, March 5th. I cannot wait to see this movie. It's been a long time coming. I hope they did it justice. Has anybody seen it yet early?
Nah, I hadn't seen anything. Michael Blackson sent me some pictures or whatever, but I hadn't seen any clips other than the previews.
Okay, and I know Tiana Taylor in it, and I know they filmed it at Rick Ross's mansion. Okay, yes, a whole lot about that. But we're going to wrap up the hot spot right there, because coming up next, we got to tell y'all about these Chef Kurt Boudreaux cuisines. You know what I'm saying? And we got the praise mix down. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, it's time for quarantine cooking with the one and only Chef Kurt Boudreaux. Man, what up, Kurt?
What's happening, Rick? How y'all doing?
Man, we hungry. I know you got something. I know you done cooked up something good, man.
A little something, man. Today I got my version of a lobster thermidor, but I made it Louisiana style. So I start by making a light roux using some butter and flour. I also have a lobster stock going at the same time. I poach some lobster tails, some extra meat. Then I boil 4 whole lobster in some Louisiana crab oil, and cool them down and split in half. Remove the meat, washed and cleaned out the head and set aside. Chopped up some shallots, put it in some light butter, and added some reduced some white wine, and added that to the roux, along with some whole milk, dry mustard, smoked paprika, smoked Gouda, and some Parmesan cheese. Yeah. Then I added in some diced lobster meat. Then I stuffed the head and the shell along with that with the mix, topped it off with some Gruyere cheese and parsley, put it in the oven on broil until the cheese melted. Bruh.
Right there, baby.
Man, that lobster sounds superb delicious. Lord.
You know that's right, Brad. But I gotta make that for you one day, Rick, man. I know you.
Hey, Rick, I'm with it, Kurt. I know, I love my shrimp etouffee, but I'm always open to new recipes or whatever,
Yes.
That sounds really good.
Hell yeah, I'm telling you, it's off the chain, bro.
There it is. Kurt, let everybody know how they can find the video so they can make this for themselves.
Man, you can find this video on Rickey Smiley Official, and also my social media, Chef Boudreaux Official.
There it is, y'all. The one and only Chef Kurt Boudreaux. There it is. Hey, have a good one. Thank you, Kurt.
All right, man. Peace.